Today, I'll be showing you how to clean APV valves on a snowmobile. You're going to need a 3/8 socket with ratchet, a 11/16 wrench, a spring puller or shoelace works as well, and some carb cleaner. To locate all your springs, I'll be showing you how to remove them with a shoelace. First, take one in, stick it through the loop, just pull it off. To do that, set the springs aside and repeat with all the remaining springs. Now, once you're done with all the springs, some snowmobiles have a temp sensor. That is where your 11/16 wrench comes in. Just want to pop it loose and untwist and set it down in the engine bay. Just like so. And then you're going to want to just lift the pipe out and set that aside. Now you'll have two gaskets, one for next to the can and the other connected to the Y pipe. You want to put those back in the places that they were and make sure you don't lose them. That helps seals it so there's no exhaust leak. Once you have the pipe off, you're going to want to locate the APV valves. There's one here and one here. To loosen them, you have two bolts on either end. You just want to pop them loose. Once you do that, you can loosen them with your hands, because once you have the two bolts loosened, you're going to grab as low as you can and pull out. You're going to have one gasket between the APV valves and the engine block. Make sure you don't lose that. Then you're going to want to take your carb cleaner, spray a little bit on, take your paper towels, rub all the gunky stuff off. You want to make sure it's nice and clean. So you're done cleaning it, you want to make sure you still have the gasket on. Make sure you have both the bolts in the right spot and put it in the exact same way you took it out. Once you do that, you can hand tighten them until you can't anymore. Once you have both of the bolts tightened on either end of the power valve, you're going to want to take your ratchet and do 1/4 turn. Do that on both bolts. Reason to do 1/4 turn is to make sure it's tight, but not too loose.
Not too tight, they break when you go too tight.
Not too tight. Once you're done cleaning the other side, you can now take your exhaust pipe, stick it in, make sure it pops in with the can, and then secure it to the Y pipe. Once you do that, you can start with your springs. I recommend starting with the springs down on the side by the can so it doesn't wobble around and pop loose when you're doing the other springs. When you're putting the springs on, same as when you take them off, hook them, put one loop around the spring, and pull it on. Repeat that with the two other springs, the other spring down below. Once you're done with all your springs, putting them in place, like take the circular end of the wrench and tap every spring. Make sure they're properly secured and they don't rattle out when you go to start it. Then, once you're done with that, you can take your temp sensor if you have one, put it back in, and tighten it. And that is how you clean APV valves on a snowmobile.